if I wasn't smoking weed, I just wasn't okay. I'd say things like I'm too sober.
To be in this place where you don't know where to turn, you don't know what will make it better, you don't know how to help your child who, while their behavior is outrageous, is clearly suffering. There really isn't any life experience that I've had that's comparable to that feeling you have when you drift off to sleep and come to and it's 1:30 or 2 in the morning and your 15-year-old isn't home and you don't know where they are and you hear a siren in the distance, because there's no kidding yourself that what they're doing could kill them. Ari really struggled when he was in junior high in particular. He happened to have fallen in with a group of kids where you could just tell he didn't feel as though he fit in.
Definitely a matter of months where it went from drinking some weekends to pretty much smoking weed every day.
Initially, it was easy to think that this was just a phase, that he was just trying out some forbidden fruit and that he'd quickly be back to us. And so I really tried not to overreact.
Once I got to that point where I was starting to lose control, that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to change, and that's what differentiates me as someone with a drinking and drug problem from someone who doesn't. That once I start, I want to lose all control, and I want to completely be out of the reality that I'm used to living in. Logic was out the window. It wasn't about that. It was about me feeding this obsession that's constantly in my head.
He slipped away to the point that he wouldn't look us in the eye, that he was often not home when he was supposed to be home. And it's when the lying and the cheating and the stealing started. And that's when we really knew that we had a serious problem on our hands. My life and my experience tells me that kids who are abusing drugs feel terrible about themselves, and that was very true of Ari.
And I was so unhappy and so unsatisfied, but I didn't realize it. But none of this was able to get me to stop. Like, I couldn't stop, I couldn't control it.
Young brains at 14 years old already have significant challenges around control and decision making and all of those kinds of things. When you add marijuana to that mix that's 20, 30, 40 times stronger than anything that existed when I was his age, you have a time bomb, and that's exactly what it was in our lives until it got to the point that we couldn't have our own child living in our home.
My family has been very supportive. There's nothing that they could do to fix me. They couldn't walk in. There's no human power in the world that could come and take me from where I was and fix me. But they've been very supportive to be helpful to allow that to happen.
Ari is a living, breathing miracle.
Not only can I force myself to stay away from alcohol and marijuana, but I can feel better sober because I'm dealing with the issues that made me want to drink in the first place. I'm an active member of recovery, and it stays a part of my life, and I am involved with other people who've been through the same things to try to help them, just like people helped me when I was going through it. Be open and talk about it. There are a lot of people who don't have the same problems that I do, who just by being there and having open communication, a lot could probably be done.